Couldn't see you there. I'm Brian.
God, bro.
Welcome back to Be For Real. This is episode 20. I actually saw this. This is the 20th episode, at least that I've written down, because I feel like we've done more. I think on YouTube it's like 24 or 25, but in my script it says 20. Either way, we're past 20s, so we're excited to be back. And we have a new panelist, Jack. Jack is joining us.
So excited to be here.
We're excited to see your debut and see how it goes, and obviously you're going to do great. It's Be For Real. We have very low expectations, but you'll shoot it out of the park. You'll hit it out of the park. And then, as always, we have a panelist that you guys might like, and it's Caden.
Let's hope they like him.
But Caden is a returnee, now a permanent. You are like the permanent guy that's always come on, and I'm always excited to be here and sit next to you and be able to speak. So we're excited. And as always, like every other episode, we start off with Let's Be Real. Now, I'm going to start off real quick with my hot take because I feel like it's semi-hot. It's also kind of new. So now, 2 days ago, because this is the 17th, probably be posted on the 18th, I think this episode will. But on the 15th, Apple dropped a new update. And I've heard so many people say they hate it, absolutely hate it. Now, I saw it on my computer. And it was very weird at first because I'm not used to it. But from what I could tell on my computer, I actually like the update. I actually enjoy it. I liked a little bit of the clarity from it. It allows me to kind of enjoy the background a little bit more. And on top of that, the roundedness just seems a little bit easier on the eyes than like the sharp, the more broad, bold section. They now changed Safari into having like, basically it's like white instead of gray at the top. And then they're just like these little circular tabs. So personally, I actually enjoy it. Now, what it'll see on my phone is gonna be a little different. I had a friend that had, he was a beta, I think it was a beta tester, as they call them, that like get the updates and be able to use them. And I actually enjoyed what he had. Like you were able to make the wallpaper a little bit more lively than it already has been in the past. And the glass, I actually really enjoy. I think it's kind of a new cool feature. It's called a glass screen. So basically when you usually turn on your phone, you get like your lock screen, and you guys probably can't see this. And then when you lift up, you just get this hard line at the bottom where your finger is as you lift up, right? And the glass actually keeps the exact same background of your phone when you move, and it just looks as if you're opening up like a window or another. Yeah, it's like it's a more satisfying one of it. But so many people hate it because I think they're not used to it. I don't think there's been this big of an update since like what, the 2010s or something like that with Apple. So I actually enjoy it. So my hot take is that I enjoy the update so far, and I think I will enjoy the one once my phone downloads because it's been downloading for like 8 hours. But once it updates, I actually think I'll enjoy it a lot.
I don't have the update, but I think that people get too overheated over changes with Apple. I think there's one overarching issue with Apple is that they don't change enough to warrant having given so many new things.
Yeah.
And so whenever there's a new update, like sometimes it's like a little aesthetically different and it takes some getting used to. And I always am like you, and after a month I'm like, I can't see it any other way. So I feel like this would just be like that. But I don't have the update, so I don't really know.
I also don't have the update, but I would agree. I feel like people are too quick to hate. I know my high school group chat, they were just absolutely going off on it. So I definitely need to get the update to see myself. But yeah, I would agree. I think people are too quick to hate.
And there is one other thing I forgot to add because I completely forgot about. It doesn't show it on the computer. Computer's pretty normal of how all the apps look and everything on your dock. On the phone, supposedly, the new update changes the apps from being like square to circular.
That's the type of thing that piss me off.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, which is why, again, I say right now, I enjoy the update. I like the little bit of adjustment. Now, this was 2 months ago, I think. So I don't know if it's changed. Like through the beta testing, maybe they had changed it back to the square because people hated the circle. But I'm very curious to see. I'm very curious to see it, and I think I might enjoy it, but the circle is kind of offsetting for me. The circular apps.
I didn't know that. That's a perfect example of something that I feel like after a month I'm fine with, but I don't like that right now.
You have to get adjusted to it.
That's something that like I feel like needs to be a setting. Like if you like the circles, fine, keep it. But you gotta have a setting where you can put it back to the squares because that'd get on my nerves.
That's a good point.
All right, so who wants to go next? Who's got the next hot take?
I'll go. They were hyping the hot take segment up a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm pretty proud of this hot take. So I would say that NFL Red Zone is the most overrated way to watch football.
He said something about this on my podcast.
I love that take. I love that take. I'm sorry for anyone that's wearing headphones when I clap.
I disagree, but let's hear it.
Okay, so I think when you sit down to watch football, you just want to watch like one game. Maybe you got multi-view on. That's perfect too. But I feel like when you're at Red Zone and they're jumping, it's like, all right, here's one game. 2 plays go by, and they're like, wait, let's hop to this other game. And it's like, they didn't even score yet. And then we're hopping to another game. We watch another play. We hop to another game. And then also my biggest thing was I love Scott Hansen. Don't get me wrong, I think that's his name.
It is, yeah.
Whenever he would start talking, but then you would also hear the broadcaster of the NFL game, that would get on my nerves. Because I'm like, I got 2 people in my ear right now. I can't deal with that. So I was getting overstimulated. So that's my hot take.
I think our biggest difference is overstimulated is how I get stimulated. I think that Scott Hansen is my hero. I want to be him when I grow up. He says that when he gets home from like his whole thing and stuff, he turns on, he has a bunch of TVs in one place. He turns on the Sunday night game, turns on highlights like recaps, an old game that he enjoyed. He turns on like the NFL Network, a Marvel movie, and the news. And he watches all of that at once, and that's like perfect stimulation for him and stuff. And he says that's probably why he's not married and have any kids. He did, that's a direct quote. I'm not projecting. He said that.
Kate's just like putting down.
He said that. I realized it sounded like that. But yeah, so that sounds awesome to me, and that's like an issue I'm trying to fix. But if I could become someone like Scott Hansen, I would never have to address that issue. So I like a quad box. I like watching 4 games at once. I feel like I can retain everything going on in 4 games at once. And when there's one game, I love football enough to where I can keep up with it, but like it definitely feels slow paced. And then I love Red Zone because like I like to be seeing where every team is at all times and stuff. And also like I think I want to catch every team to an extent, and I think it's a good way to get a good usage out of teams that deserve it. Because if you're not getting in the red zone, you're not getting big plays, then you're not getting any focus time for me. So if you're a really good team, I'm going to see you all the time. If you're bad, I'm not going to see you as much. And I think it allows me to get a good taste of the entire league because there's only 17 games and there's 32 teams.
See, I actually agree with Jack more.
Okay, I know you do.
And I think, because we brought this up, I don't know if we brought it up on camera, I said that no true football fan watches NFL Red Zone. Because a true football fan would watch any game at any time on any level in sports because they love the game of football. Now, a true sports fan of a team will watch whatever team. So, like, I wouldn't classify myself as a true football fan because I don't watch a West Coast high school midnight game on TV. I just don't watch it. I don't watch the championship. But I will class myself as a Ravens fan because I watch every single thing they do. And so for me, if you watch Red Zone and that's your only primary source, or like that's your only source of watching football, you're not a true fan because all you're doing is watching the highlights. And to that fact, I have to say, where I agree with you is that not only with the fact that I think it is a little bit overrated to an extent of how you watch it, but when you watch it, you could get the same amount of information through watching 20-minute highlights that NFL posts than watching Red Zone where you can enjoy one game. Because I could very easily enjoy the Ravens game, or heck, even enjoy a Bengals game maybe if I want to watch like another team that has a really powerful offense, or I want to watch maybe an Eagles Super Bowl defender, like the Super Bowl defending champions. I could watch one of those teams and then go back and watch the highlights of every other team and not miss a single thing I missed on Red Zone. The only difference is that I don't have to watch the failed Red Zone attempts that they have. So for me, it's like I definitely agree in the fact that I just think it's an overrated way of watching football.
See, and I agree with that. It's like, for NFL, I'm a diehard Commanders fan. I want to see my team. I want to see what they're doing. That's all I want to watch. College football, diehard Clemson fan. But like after Clemson plays, I'm down to watch any other game. For NFL though, it's like even after the Commanders have played, I'm like kind of done. I'm like, these other games are cool, but I'd rather just like sit down, watch whatever the primetime game is than watch 4 games, 3 games, 2 games, switch from 1 to 1, and I'm just like, that's
it's just too much.
It's too much for me.
You get tied in, and then all of a sudden you have the anchor down, and you're like, man, I'm really rooting for this team, and they switch it to you to the next one. You're like, okay, gotta reset the foundation.
Exactly.
We did a Madden fantasy draft, and we did 53 picks, and then stayed up till 7 a.m. playing. So I think you're a real football fan, Brian. All right, that was.
Thank you. I'm a Madden fan right there. I'm a nerd. No, I'm joking. I was like,
no, we're nerds.
Yeah, that was a crazy long.
Controller, and it was from 9 to 7 at a time in my life. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Fun.
My God,
it was
53
hilarious.
rounds?
All 53 rounds. We were arguing around 45. I was the OC. Grant was the DC. I was the ninth lineman. Grant was like, I need a 5th edge rusher. Like, we were just arguing.
I was the GM, so I had like the ultimate decision at the end, and then Drew was the player. Because
we didn't play.
Yeah, so Drew was, out of the 4 of us, Drew's probably the worst at Madden. He's good, but he's like the worst out of the 4 of us.
Yeah. None of us that good. He's not that
I'm just being polite, but like, he's probably like the worst out of the 4 of us, so we had him play, and then you just hear Caden over here going, Y, X, up, down, left, right stick, down, right, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I was having a ball. Like, all I did was watch the game like I was watching football, and we had some crazy games. Probably have to do it again this weekend, possibly.
We got it.
We got to come back out and do it. We ended up playing like 5 games.
We started at 2 a.m. We played 5 games.
The draft ended at 12:30 at night because I drafted from 9 to 12:30 because I had all 53 picks. And every week I made a new trade. And like we got Travis Hunter and we had like gotten all these other random people. And it was the funniest thing ever because I never touched a controller after the draft. I mean, other than trading. Like I never played anything. I just sat there and watched. But just hearing them yell at it, and we were only going to play one game, finished by 1 or 2, and then we lost that game.
We got to do it again, man.
So we lost. We lost in overtime. We lost in overtime, and I was like, "Katie, you gotta get this." And we were like arguing about 2 points and everything else, and it was funny. And then we were just like, "We just gotta keep going." And then we just got stuck into it. But
no, dude,
it was
we
great.
We don't talk about it too much, but my favorite at one point it was. And I was texting someone, so I remember saying this. It was 6:15 in the morning. You offered a trade, or you asked for a 5th round pick, and they said no. And then you asked for a 3rd and 4th round pick. And it was 6.
I get my worth. I get my worth of a trade. You will not take a trade over my head. I will get every cent or penny I can from you. That is how I do as a GM. And that is why I was elected and hired as the GM of Jordan Jork's football team.
Jordan's name is Jordan Jork.
That's why we did it.
I'm learning that right now.
That's why we are the Dolphins, and that's why we are now 4-1. But either way, that is not the purpose of Be For Real. The purpose of Be For Real is to get the hot take in. So, Caden, close us out with your hot take.
So that's how I spent my Friday night, and so that'll answer the question I have for y'all about me. But I do have a question for y'all. Do y'all ever talk to girls?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's say yeah.
I try, you know,
Okay.
I do my best. I've had a few bad interactions, so this hot take is really just me blaming them and ranting about it, all right? So here's my hot take, all right? When you're talking to a girl, or anyone, this isn't really a girl-specific thing, it's just icebreaker type of thing, and you ask what kind of music they like, and they say, I like all music, that's a horrible answer. I don't like that answer at all. That's the most basic answer you can possibly give because everyone likes all music, okay? Like, if a song is good, it's just good. Some people appeal to genres more than others, but I feel like all the time I'm talking to someone like, what kind of music do you like? And I'm like, I don't know, like rap. And that's so basic. I like all music. It's like, that's the most basic answer you can possibly give. I made a playlist called I Like All Music.
That's great.
And it's just 7 out of 10 songs that I like. And I'm just going to read out the songs here that I have for y'all. Because these are all good songs, and I want you to tell me what these songs have in common. So I want y'all to think about that, all right?
Okay.
That's What I Like by Bruno Mars. You Give Love a Bad Name by Bon Jovi. Praise by Elevation Worship. Slut Me Out by NLE Choppa. we don't talk about Bruno, the Disney song. Runaway Kanye West. I Get Around. Perfect. Where Them Girls At. Before You Go. Gangster's Paradise. Dancing Queen, Without Me, Mama Stone. Thunderstruck. Greedy. I Thank God. Promiscuous. Take On Me. Nasty Freestyle. Good Riddance. And Thrift Shop. What do those songs have in common?
They all seem to be singable. Like you can just sing to it.
Yeah, I think I would agree that you can sing to them.
Those songs have absolutely nothing in common.
Oh,
That is the most
alright.
random list of songs.
Yeah.
And it's because everyone likes all music. Those are some songs that I like, and I just think that idea and that opinion doesn't make any sense. And people should be more specific on their genre and have a personality sometimes.
I think I would agree. I do hear that even to just my friends. They'll be like, what music do you like? All music? I'm fine with that answer if you then are like, I like all music, but here's my favorites. Like, that's fine. I don't care. But yeah, if you're going to leave it open-ended at like, I like all music, what are we doing? Are you just wasting my time, I guess?
Exactly.
I think that's when you realize that the person's not a true music lover. They just listen to music. And they just happen to be in a location that listens to a bunch of different genres. Because I do like listening to all music, but I tend to lean more. I kind of have like seasons anyway. Like sometimes like if I'm in the mood for like a game or I want to get pumped up, it's like I go more to rap. But if you just want to like sing along on a long road trip, you go more to like the pop, to the ones that you can sing along to. But I'd have to say, if I'm just like driving on the day, I probably lean more towards rap. I'm more of like, that's where I would just end up just sitting in, driving, doing whatever I am, listening to that. But like, I do also enjoy other types. But whenever someone asks me my favorite type, I know I'll tend to go be like, I just like all music. Because I feel like if people look at me and I say I like rap, they're going to be like, yeah, what's your real type? What's your real type?
I'd say rap and classic rock. I'd say I like pop music and rap the most, but I don't like, that's the worst answers to give to people. They're just like,
I love some greatest hits. Like,
Yeah,
give me 80s, 90s pop, Michael Jackson kind of coming into like the 2000s area, like anywhere between 80s and 2000s. Jackson 5. Like,
5.
those are some of my favorite ones to go to as well. But yeah, I think right now, currently, it's got to be into, I was on a really big X
Really? That's a
bender, if you will. I don't know how to like.
He was supposed to come here, and then
Yeah, I had bought the ticket, and then it was Lil Baby. No, it was Dub Baby. Excuse me, it was Dub
I
Baby.
went to Baby. It was okay.
Yeah, I was there with you.
I was gonna say, 'cause
We were there together.
Yeah, of course, yeah, that was fun.
It was me, you, and Drew,
And Ryan was there.
and Ryan. and it was just like.
Oh, you got in trouble because someone got mad at you there.
Yeah, someone like dumped a beer on me. I was like, what the heck? Like they like threw a beer at me and it like hit like the back of me and then like
We
part
just
of
got
like.
wasn't you just got smushed together and like
Yeah.
his girl and you were just like.
He was sitting there like this.
Totally innocently, like kind of just a little bumped in and like everyone jumped out of it down and then he just grabbed his girl, got super hostile towards Brian, and dumped a beer on him.
Yeah, because it was something
Not
like.
your fault.
Yeah, like
He was doing nothing, dude.
I was sitting there, we're all like mosh pitted in, right? Watching DaBaby and his little nephew that's like 5 years old sing, if you
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
And like I just get bumped into his girl and the guy just like pushes me away, grabs his girl, and then someone else like throws a beer in the air and it gets like over my back, but it was like towards me and I was like, what the heck?
Brian and the girl were doing nothing. Like it was just mosh pit.
Low key, I didn't even
At
like.
that point, like once you get that close, it's like that's just gonna happen. Is people are just gonna hate each other, and like nobody's fault.
I was like, low key, buddy. I was like, no threat. Like, not interested. But I was like, no. I was like, we're good. I'm just here to try and enjoy music and watch a 5-year-old rap to DaBaby because that's what it was. That was his nephew, or 7.
So he really had his nephew on.
He had like a 7-year-old nephew. It was something like
He was
7 or
not
5.
7 years old, but it was a long.
He was young though. He was like under 10.
He wasn't good. Like we're at the point where you're not even like mad at him. You're mad at DaBaby for letting him on.
Yeah, it's like, what are we doing? You could have
Yeah.
protected him from
Yeah,
this
exactly.
embarrassment.
Man.
Yeah.
Can you sing?
No, I cannot sing. Oh my goodness. I'll sing in the car. I'll sing in the car when I'm by myself.
Car, shower, whenever you're by yourself. It's when you're
Yeah.
alone that you sing the best because you have no people to judge you.
I was
Exactly.
singing to Riley Morgan voice memos last night, just like horrible singing as loud as I could for like 45 seconds, dude. I was just to piss her off.
Oh man.
Sometimes you just gotta sing.
Dude, it feels
Even
good.
when
do.
you suck.
Oh yeah, you don't have to be good. If you turn the music up loud enough, you sound like you're singing up with it. That's
Exactly. And then you sound like you think you're just kind of got that dog in you. You're like, oh man, I low key, I'm pretty good at this.
You ever like
You're
picture?
never mind.
Whoa! Like,
You think you're part of the harmony, and then you like turn it down. You're like, oh, I'm the reason why it doesn't sound better. I was like, oh shoot, like my bad.
They
Like
sound better when I don't talk.
there's some times where I'm like, you know, when you start singing in the bathroom, and you're just like, man, I could have really been AGT's next big thing. And then you go outside, and you're like, yeah, I was right to just stay singing in like my shower, my bathroom, or my bedroom, you know, somewhere else. Like, I'm good. I don't need to be in front of 10,000 people trying to sing like "Take on Me" or something. Like, I don't need that, but I do always enjoy a great hit. But there are also some other things that are great that I also wanted to give you guys. So the next topic we're going into is the B list, and it is the greatest villains in movies. Best way to put it. So the B list is a segment which Jack, I'll explain to you and any viewers that are new here. Basically, the B list is when I give a top 4 list of my top 4 of a specific topic. So we've also done like worst things, like worst food or something like that. We did that in the past. We've done best movies, best stuff. This week is best movie villains. And so I have 4, and I'll give a slight explanation. I have not watched movies in a while, but from what I can remember growing up, yeah, it's just like I just have not because I just haven't, and I usually tend to stick more towards TV. So I had to kind of dive back into my past of which one I like the best. So I start from 4 and I go down to 1.
All right.
So starting at 4, we're starting off with one that probably not many people think of, but once I tell you, you're probably going to actually agree with it. Hopefully, that's the goal. Or if you want to disagree, go ahead. And that number 4 is Scar from The Lion King.
This is a good one. No, I like this one.
I love Scar as a villain. I hated him as like a kid because he scared me and he killed Mufasa, and I was, spoiler alert, and so I was like, I was very upset, right? But if you think of him as a villain, he is such a good villain. And it's almost like many people will be like, well, what did he actually do? Like, yeah, he killed Mufasa, but that was it. Like, no, he psychologically changed his nephew's opinion that his nephew killed his father, even though he put his nephew in the position to kill his father. That is some next level psychological warfare, in my opinion, or psychological trauma. And he made it so bad that not only did he kill the current king, he sent the son away. He abandoned him because the son wanted to abandon himself. It wasn't like Scar sent him away. He just tricked the kid, Simba, into walking away because he thought he killed him, and then Scar takes over, does horribly, but takes over. That is like one heck of a villain to me. And so for me, he had to get top 4. He had to be top 4. I had to put it animated in here anyway because I wanted to be more versatile with it. But Scar would like be the top of my list, right? That is the top of my list in the animated series. Number 3, I had this debate because I was going back and forth with it. And there's one person I love, and it has to be an honorable mention. It's Ultron, but he didn't fit in the 3. The 3 has to go to Thanos for me in Marvel. I get it. I love Ultron. The actor was perfect for it. The role was perfect. The acting itself was perfect, and the way he was able to adapt and change and build himself, it was one of the best movies I watched. It's probably one of my favorite Avengers movies is that Age of Ultron. But I have to give it to Thanos for the pure fact that his upbringing, I think, was a little bit more, because I think a big thing of villains is how you're created into a villain. And so him losing his planet and then having to avenge life, but also being deeper in the fact that the reason why I wanted to kill off half the population was in order to sustain life. Granted, I don't agree with that, because it's like mass genocide or whatever it is. But
just so we're
not for this. But in the fictional,
against genocide.
In the fictional world of Marvel, Thanos was like, I mean, it's like an impressive backstory, and the fact that he was able to one by one get these stones, the Infinity Stones, and a lot of people are like, but he had Infinity Stones to beat people. Well, for the first Infinity Stone, he had to beat someone somehow, and he beat him barehanded, and he could like tear up anyone. He went toe to toe with Hawk, with Thor. Like, he didn't die, even the younger version when he came back, he didn't die until they teamed up on him. Like, that is one heck of a powerful villain that stood for his personal beliefs and also had one heck of a backstory. So that's going to be number 3. So you're thinking, what beats that? Well, to me, what beats that is someone that's out of this world, and that is Darth Vader.
I was going to Megamind. Okay.
No.
Oh,
Megamind's a decent one.
Good pick.
I think Darth Vader is the second best villain of all time. Again, we're going into the backstory of everything. He is a good person at heart that was only looking to do good, yet got tricked, which is not the best thing you see, because usually your villains are the ones that are strong-minded, but he got tricked falling for the love of his life, or at least trying to save the love of his life. And so for me, as also a big Darth Vader fan, he has to be one of the best villains. And then his arc is impressive, and it might not be a total villain arc, if you will, by the end of it, because he does kind of change back to save his son. But just in general, one of the best villains written. I mean, 6 films had to explain his villain story, essentially. Like, it's very impressive, and I absolutely love what he did and how he was portrayed in those films. And I just really do think he's the second best villain in any movie ever. So coming into my first best villain, however you want to put it, greatest villain according to me,
I'm excited,
is the Joker, Heath Ledger.
Yes.
By far my favorite villain. Couldn't, even like going into outside of the character, just getting the actor himself in Heath Ledger was just perfect. I mean, everything fit perfectly into it. And I know this isn't about casting, but it's more about villainy, or villainaries. I don't know how you want to put it. Villains, essentially. But with that being said, the Joker was by far my favorite. The backstory matches up, the plot going through, and just in general, the psychotic nature while still sticking to the plan and being able to manipulate people's minds and actions to fulfill your own needs, or to just bring crap, because I can't say other stuff, or heck, to the world, because you just want to see it either burn or you want to see the populations rise up. Kind of a similar thing to Thanos, where maybe the baseline of his intentions were kind of in the right way of giving people the freedom to like act, or however, I can't remember exactly how it was that he was like portrayed to do it, but at the same time, the way you went about it may have not been the greatest. And I think that's what makes a villain so good, is that you can kind of side with their intentions, but you don't agree with how they acted on those intentions. So for me, just to recap, 4 is Scar, 3 is Thanos, 2 is Darth Vader, and 1 is the Joker, specifically Heath Ledger's Joker.
I think you touched up on a lot of things that make a great villain, and I want to dive into that a little bit. First, the last one you said, I love like, villains can't just be bad for the sake of being bad. Like, I think that one of the best twist villains in like non-adult, because saying the best in like film history, I feel like there's so many adult genres, but when it comes to kids genres, I gotta get Umbrella on that. So I think the best twist villain in animated history is the Monsters Inc. CEO, because the way that works is, it makes sense. It's 3 generations, the legacy of keeping the company alive, and I think a big good twist villain, just real quick, is when it happens, you're shocked, but you're like, that makes sense. I see it. Yeah. And it laid the foundation. I think that like you see the intentions, that they're not just bad for the sake of being bad. Scar scared you as a kid. That's a big thing for a villain. You gotta be freaked out as a kid from them. And I love Scar at 4 because he's the only villain in Disney, I believe, that like succeeded for like however many years, like 10 years, whatever it was.
Whatever it was that Simba grew up.
Lifespans, but like he was in charge for a long time. And then the last thing I'll say is the manipulation method that you added into. Scar was able to do it. The Joker was able to do it. I think that when you can look at someone and you're like, this person is crazy, they're evil and they're messed up, but they're still able to get in your head as the viewer or the character's head and still able to twist reality, even though you know they're manipulative, but they can still manipulate you. That's such a great quality in a villain, which is why Heath Ledger at 1, I fully agree with you.
I totally fully agree with that. Also, I just want to touch on this, like the Thanos pick. I know it's basic Marvel, but like I think one of the best parts about Thanos is the fact going into Infinity War, yeah, we knew it was like a two-parter, but like at the end when he wins, that dropped my jaw because I wasn't expecting that. We see the Avengers win every time. So you go into this and then all of a sudden you see Thanos win and you leave the theater like, what did I just witness?
And that villain makes you question how will you beat him because you've already tried him once.
Yeah.
I think that was like the best part. And then having to wait that whole year for Endgame, that was stressing me out. It's not even real. I'm like, oh my gosh, how are they going to beat him? So I think that's why Thanos is like such a solidified top 3. I think that is a great top 4.
Thank you. I was saying I do have some honorable mentions because I didn't want to leave out or mention some people. Ultron was one. Syndrome, Incredibles was another one.
Oh my gosh.
Syndrome was one that was up
You
there.
could replace that with Scar. I would have been fine.
Yeah.
One that you might not know, the fairy godmother from Shrek. I forgot
No,
she was
that-
a villain, but she was one heck of a twist.
Dude,
That's a good pick.
that's a great one.
That is an honorable mention for me. That's one of the ones that was up there. That was one of the animated ones I was looking at because she manipulated, again, very easily under this false narrative of being nice and calm and everything, and this sweet godmother and our fairy godmother, and she ended up twisting it in order to get her way. That's just what she was hoping, Prince Charming and Fiona, yet somehow Shrek was able to take Fiona by the heart. I don't know how he got it, but he got her somehow. He won her heart over. And it just like, it was a crazy twist at the end. Some other ones I was trying to think of.
I Need a Hero is a great Disney villain song, and Shrek 2.
Yes.
I love that song.
And that was like one of my favorite ones from there. That one or the one that Donkey sings. I don't remember what it is. It's like the church one.
I know what you're talking
I'm a believer.
Yes.
I'm a believer.
Oh,
that one.
yeah,
That
yeah.
one.
I mean, I like All Star too. Like,
Oh yeah, Shrek has one of the best
It's just classic.
Yeah,
lines.
Shrek is
So good.
There was another one that I did, but I also wanted to keep this list to ones that I've watched before, and that was Death from Puss in Boots.
Oh, you haven't seen Puss in Boots?
I have not, but I've seen so many edits, which may have kind of tampered
Yeah.
my meanings into why I wanted to put them in there. But I haven't watched it, and I wanted to be truthful because this is Be For Real, and I want to be for real for you guys. Cool. And so it's worth a try. And so I didn't want to put that in there without knowing the facts of why I would have selected them there.
Okay.
But when I read it, it was just so impressive. The character design, yet they only put him in for like a few minutes, right?
Yeah, Puss in Boots, I was such a big hater, even though I hadn't seen it yet. I was just like, there's no way this movie's this good. Why are grown adults obsessing over this movie? Then one night I was like, I got nothing else to do, I'm gonna watch it. At the end of the movie, I was like, this is actually a top 10 movie that I've seen this year. Death is on the screen for maybe, like you said, 15 minutes, and he steals the show. That is one of the most terrifying villains I've ever seen, and it's a kid's movie.
And he was in the whole thing was him trying to take his 9th life, and
Yeah.
and it was trying to get him dead or alive, and it's and mind you, I haven't watched it, I've just seen snippets of it, but it's just so impressive. But again, I wanted to watch the movies, I couldn't put him in there, but he was a very close honorable mention. And then the other one was Boogeyman from, I don't remember the movie, and it's with Sandman and Boogeyman, it's the animated one.
I don't even
Is it Rise of the Guardians?
Rise of the Guardians.
He's a good one. He's scary.
He was a good one, but I don't think it was enough for me to put him in there. And then I was trying to think, I thought there was another hero one that I had. There was the one from Megamind, which I can't remember his name. It's the red-haired guy. Megamind ended up being the hero.
Al, what's his?
Al, I think.
What's his villain
Jonah
name?
Hill voices him, and it's the funniest.
Oh,
Yes.
goodness. The fact that I can't, my family loves Megamind.
Dude,
The fact that I can't think of his name right
Megamind
now.
is so fun.
It's such a good movie.
I love Megamind.
Can I throw out an honorable mention?
I would love to
I know
hear your
this
guys,
is your list.
because I threw a bunch out. I'm just letting you know where my mind was. I would love to hear your
I was
guys'
gonna
honorable
throw one,
mentions.
too.
Okay, so
Put multiple, I don't
know
really-
if this is a hot take or not, but I love Zootopia. I think the little lamb from Zootopia.
That's
maybe
a good
maybe
one.
it was because I was younger, but when you find out that she's the villain, I was shocked. I was so shocked. I was like, "There's no way."
Befuddled.
This little lamb is the freaking, because you see the big rhinos that are running all this stuff underground. I'm like, oh my goodness, something's going down. And then all of a sudden, there's this tiny little lamb that works for the governor or the mayor or whatever. And that's a great movie. I can't wait for the second one. The second one's coming out soon.
I didn't realize how long it's been since, because Zootopia was what, 17?
Yeah,
I think
2017.
2017 to 19
2016
range.
maybe?
16.
I don't know. I know I was in
And-
middle school, so.
I love that take because that was such a good pool. I don't know, it is kind of a hot take as far as one of the best villains, but I love the pool of it because that is such a good honorable mention. And I always crack up whenever they get into the greenhouse and it's just a sheep named Bob or something that's
Yeah.
doing all the meth. And it's like, what the heck? That's where it is.
You got this whole drug ring going on, and then you find out it's run by the tiny little lamb. And it's dang.
I'll give you 2 honorable mentions. I'm gonna go across pretty broadly across mediums.
All right.
I'll start. Have y'all seen Gladiator?
Gladiator, yes, I
Dude,
have.
I have not
Joaquin
actually.
Phoenix or whatever. That's the most mad I've ever been at a villain.
Okay.
Like that's the most immersed into I just want Like I was watching the whole time, like this dude's death better be satisfying. Like that was a big one. I'll throw in. We'll go kids in that same Lotso in Toy Story 3.
Lotso, I thought of that one.
When I was 5 years old, I saw the movie in theaters. I was 5 years old, and I so strongly remember. I think I like learned about like the concept of manipulation through Lotso in Toy Story 3. I remember when they're on the dumpster, they're all like falling out, and he was like, "Here, grab my hand, I'll save you guys." I remember at 5 years old thinking like, and obviously now it's like he clearly wasn't, but I remember being like, I have no clue if he's gonna save this person. Like it was like my first time like not trusting a person and feeling manipulated. Like, and that resonated with me. It's been 15 years. I still can like remember that moment and stuff. But yeah, that's the second one.
See, that's where I feel like, because I was thinking of Lotso too. That was one of the ones that was in my head, and I really wonder like there's got to be like divisions of villains.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Not like animated, personal. It's like how deeply they are a villain. For instance, in the first category, it'd probably be something like Chick from Cars, or the bully, I can't remember his name, Sid. Sid from Toy Story. Just people that are like mean, rude, but have no backstory. And then you go all the way up. I don't really know what the next one would be because I can't really think. I mean, Maleficent should have been one of the honorable mentions. She was a pretty good one in the animated. But I don't know what the next step would be up. But at the top would be someone like a Heath Ledger.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or you look at someone like that. Scar could probably be like the one right below it.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about animated and personal. It's about how you build the villain. And a great one would be the fairy godmother. She'd be up there with probably Heath Ledger. Now, you don't really quite get the backstory, but the manipulation and the falsification of how you feel she is. Oh, she's good, she's this, she's that, and then she's not. But all I can say is villains are like some of my favorites. I'm always a good person at heart, but villains are some of my favorite people to watch.
They make movies. They're the best ones.
Villains are some of the best.
I got one more.
I'll throw one more that won't be a discussion. I have like a light one too.
Yeah,
I thought of one too.
Like,
Hold on.
I don't even know if you guys have seen this movie.
Okay.
This is a movie people like have either love or just haven't seen. Have you guys seen Hoodwinked?
I've heard of it.
Is that movie with the really wacky animation?
Yes.
Old. That movie, I'm not even gonna say who the villain is because I think you should go watch it. That movie, the villain, perfect, amazing, makes the movie. You gotta watch Hoodwinked. That is a childhood favorite of mine.
That's the one with all the animals, right?
Yes, that movie is great. You have to. That's why I'm not even gonna say the villain. Just go watch that movie if you haven't seen it. Perfect.
Bowler hat guy from Meet the Robinsons is like the funniest person ever. Have y'all seen Meet the Robinsons? Yes,
Long
dude,
time ago.
I love dude, his like origin story where he just like he dropped a pass because he fell asleep, and then like he's at school and everyone's like, "Hey, you want to come to my house and play? Hey, I love your jacket." And he's like, "They all hated me." It's so
That
funny.
clip is amazing. That's like the top 10 clip right there.
And everything he says, just his. I love characters. Megamind's like this, and Jonah Hill's like this. Will Ferrell's like this, and a lot of things he does and stuff. But we're like, just when they Kung Fu Panda with Jack Black, when they open their mouth, it's already a little bit funny. I'm already cracking a smile, so the jokes always hit.
Yeah.
Bowler hat guy does that for me too.
I didn't think
just
about
love him.
Tai Lung from
Tai Lung?
or Tai Lung. That's what it is. I could never remember how to pronounce his last name, but Tai Lung from my gosh, Kung Fu Panda. They had that one. I was thinking Jack Frost from Santa Claus.
That one.
I wouldn't put it as honorable mention.
Weird, but like, yeah, I can see.
You kind of put it there with that one,
Sometimes
and then
it's not even an honorable mention. You just got to throw out the name. You just gotta, like that's the little recognition.
You got to figure out who the villains are, and that's like a crazy one to think about. And then there was I don't remember the other one that I have, but we've been talking about so many villains already. So
That's a fun topic though.
it is such a fun one with it, and that's why I want to give you guys my 4. And maybe one day in the future we'll get your 4 villains, maybe of TV shows. I don't know, but with
We'll have our own TV shows.
it might be, maybe we will.
Maybe.
But for now, we're being for real, and I want you. That's so bad. Such a bad transition.
You've been doing this for like 20.
I've tried and not succeeded on every one.
It was a good
But
attempt.
He slips in like 4 an episode, and we always just laugh.
Well,
if we didn't laugh, you probably.
yeah, sometimes it uses a little foresight to see this, but luckily our next topic's foresight. So
That was pretty good.
that was a little better. A redemption.
Don't pause for the validation. You just gotta keep going.
I just gotta keep rolling with it, but I kind of
You
paused.
look at me like so, and I'm like, I'm gonna laugh.
Well, I look at you because you've been on here the longest. So I'm like, if he cracks it, then maybe. It's like, Jack will just say yes because he's like, I want to be on again. He's like,
Great. I love this.
but you've been doing great. We've been having fun.
Riley would be like, oh my god, I hate that. That was terrible.
So no, you're good. The next one is going to be called Foresight. It's a new topic or a new segment, and it's basically us predicting what will happen based on a statement. So the statement we have here is major tech innovations in the next decade. All right. Woo. Now, typically I would do 4, but being this is the first segment, and we also had some technical difficulties, and we probably just didn't prepare. Can you guys think? And we've also kind of run long anyway. Can you think of one major tech innovation in the next decade? What would be your prediction of one tech innovation? Major. Like personally, I think there's gonna be like hovering chairs. I think that like WALL-E type stuff. By the end of 2035, I feel like someone's gonna figure out a way to make like hovering chairs to an extent. That would be like an example. I don't know if I'd actually believe that. I kind of want to, but I also feel like that's far-fetched.
I want to tie something I said last week with what we're talking about with villains and stuff and kind of make mine. So I brought this up briefly last week, and there's 5 people on the panel, so I didn't get to talk about it as much as I wanted to, so I'm kind of using this as an excuse. But I think that with AI and stuff and with the way that content is made, I think we're going to reach a point where like 40 years from now, you go to a movie theater and they could be like, would you like to see like an AI movie for like $5 or like a real movie for like $150 and stuff? And it'll be that'll be like a thing where like the next generation will grow up where like AI content is just normal. So I said this a lot, just like how like the last generation says we were around before phones and y'all weren't, so like y'all are kind of like y'all don't know how to like manage it as well and stuff. And I think there's some truth to that. I think that's what we'll say to our like next generation about AI. Like they'll grow up and be born with AI being a thing. So like a movie that's fully AI might be normal to them. So then like people like movies that aren't like that aren't going to be seen as more special to them, and they're not going to understand that. I think that's going to be our like back in my day type of thing. Like we'll go to a movie theater and like we'll tell our grandkids like, oh, I want to see the real movie, and they're like, what even is the difference? You can't even tell. And I'm just like, oh, I can tell. It's more special. So
Then it turns out it's AI.
That's more negative, but that's what I think. And then also romantic robotic relationships has been something that I've been talking about for a long time.
God.
But now that's a thing on like Instagram.
R&R.
On like TikTok and Instagram now, and I'm not going to be the whole like I thought of that like 8 years, but I totally did. That was like I did like a middle school project on that.
But that was like the show with like Megan Fox in it or whatever when she was like a robot, and then there's another one.
There's another one where like I think it's. I could be totally wrong. It's like Scarlett Johansson. I think she plays.
I think you're right.
I think it's like Joaquin Phoenix is the guy. I could be totally butchering this. But there's some movie like that, and she plays some like robotic girlfriend.
Yeah.
Either it's that movie or it's Black Widow and Joker. So just in the same movie, as we're gonna see. But
Never seen Black Widow and Joker, but maybe I gotta rewatch it.
Black Widow's not that great, if I'm being honest. Okay.
Dang.
I will
Snippet of
say
a hot
I
take.
think I don't really know if this is good or a good take or anything, or I don't know.
No.
I think that fast food restaurants will become fully just like robots and stuff.
Okay.
So I think anytime you pull up, it's like you put in your order and then you pull up to the window and there's just like nobody inside. I think they take out the sit down part, and I think it's fully just drive through. You put in your order and then boom, in like 2 seconds you get your food. I think that's it. And I think the fast food industry just gets rid of like all people.
Dang.
Because I think they have a lot of money too.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why they would be able to do this. They're gonna like put one in somewhere, and then all of a sudden it's gonna be like a hit. Then they're gonna be like, all right.
My grandparents will always wait in a long checkout line, even if self-checkout's available. And I'm always like, why are you doing that? Like, it's not that deep. They're like, I like the human interaction. I don't understand that. When we're old, there's going to be something that we do. And it might, maybe it'll be fast food or something like that. Like, there's going to be, because we automate human interaction so much, I think that we are going to continue to do that. And we're going to be like our grandparents in that way, where same thing. Our grandkids are going to be like, go through fast food, and we'll be like, we want to go inside and talk to someone. And they'll be like, no, just go through the AI robot thing. Exactly. But, I like that one. That's pretty good.
Thank you.
I like that one. I throw in 2 more that I think I just thought of. Obviously, I said the hovering chairs, which I think is a cool one, but I think it's a little far-fetched for now. I just don't see the technology coming in.
What's the benefit to hovering chairs?
I don't know, but I just feel like someone would make it.
Okay, cool.
I just feel like someone made a hovering board. Someone like I just feel like there'd be a hovering chair.
Or just like even a chair that can move like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, be able to just kind of move right around.
Go around.
Like in WALL-E.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh, is that how it starts?
That's where it's gonna
Is it
be.
gonna become real?
We're never gonna get up the wall because we have hovering chairs.
But
I would never
that's
walk.
the thing.
I'd be mad as hell. Yeah, I'd cut off my legs for $100 if you got hovering chairs, dude.
I think this is a little
Dang.
side tangent, but like as we just like progress in time, WALL-E becomes even more realistic. Like
It's kind of scary.
I know. It's like, whoa, this could actually
I think
happen.
there should be like if I were to become president, which probably isn't gonna happen, but if so,
Never know.
I'm gonna pass like a policy. Once you're like 10 years old, you have to watch WALL-E. Like every person, it's just like you have to watch it and be like, and just like look and be like, whoa, like.
So we can
This is
prevent
where
it
we're
from
headed.
happening.
So from a young age, you can have that idea of like we need to avoid that.
Wally's gonna be the propaganda. Wally's gonna be.
WALL-E.
They're gonna be showing it in like health schools all around because they're just gonna be like
Like, all right, guys,
prepare.
this is what we're not aiming for.
History classes will have it. Like it's
And
gonna be.
what 15? I feel like Wally's kind of already gone from like a really silly cautionary tale to like a decent cautionary.
Yeah, no, it's like that.
Yeah.
I can see that happening.
It's heating up right now. It's heating up.
I could see that being a sector of humanity being like that. Maybe not everyone, but I could see some people. I could see that being like a type of person someday.
Yeah, and I do feel like one way we'd get closer to WALL-E is by having personal robots, and I can see that happening in the future. But I almost see us going into more animatronic like pets. I could see.
That's so sad.
Now they have like dogs or like animatronic dogs, and I think they would do it mainly for people that are hypoallergenic. They have the crossbreeds, but some people don't want to deal with all the other. I would always go for a live dog because I just like dogs better. It's a little bit more personable and a little bit more humanoid, right? But I feel like with robotics, some people might not like that where they can't control what that dog thinks because there could be a random attack every once in a while and so forth. They might go towards trying to get a robotic dog. Now they have something similar right now. It's those yellow things that they put on game day that jump, right?
I've seen those, yeah.
But I think they're gonna make it more dog-like, where the fact that it looks more dog or dog-like. So that's like my one prediction. My other prediction is a little bit different. That's gonna be an innovative one. My other prediction is that I think phones will become smaller in the future.
Oh, we revert. We go back.
I think we will, because people like the flip phone started coming back a little bit.
Yeah.
But like, look how big this thing is. Like, this is like practically.
I don't think that's that big. It's like 6 inches. It's not big. That's small.
You know, sometimes this is pretty big, right? There's a lot.
7 inches on iPhone 15.
No, this is iPhone 16 Max.
Oh, well, then
so like this thing is like 7 inches or 6 inches or something. Like it's like.
I'm curious now.
Don't.
Let me whip
I
it.
thought you were about to laugh because I said 6'7".
I'm curious.
No, like mine is.
Mine's at 13.
Mine's
I also don't have
5.87.
a
Yours is
case.
probably about 7.
Mine is like probably about 6 inches. I was trying not to say it. I've said it like 7 times already, but.
Yeah, you just did it 6, 7, 6, 7.
It's all right. I have the humor of a 12-year-old. I still think it's funny every
Dude,
time.
I hate how much I find it funny.
And no, not one person probably in the audience is gonna realize who that is, like what it is. They might. Riley might watch this and all of a sudden she's gonna be cracking up laughing.
Good.
But I do think that we're gonna end up reverting to being small. I think we're gonna end up reverting to being smaller because people will be like, but look how like pocket size it is, or look how compatible it is. So either the phones are gonna shrink, or the phones will stay the same size, and they're going to come out with a second phone that's just in a smaller package. Kind of like what they do now, but I could almost see it being a little smaller. So that's my prediction for it. But do you guys have any other innovation ideas? Because if not, we'll jump into the last
My
question.
accounting class the other day, he was talking, and my phone fell out of my pocket onto the floor, and it was loud. It's such an awkward, quiet class. I was like, phones are way too big. And then I just picked up my phone. I kind of agree with you, man.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I think that's a good one.
Perfect. All right. Well, we will jump into the last segment. I think we've been doing this for like 40 minutes, so might have to cancel my own show after this because of the timing. But either way, we've had a great time. Hopefully, you guys have had too.
Hopefully.
But we're going into our last decision, or our last tap segment. Good grief, I'm tired. Last segment called Real Decisions, and this is basically a segment where I give out a opinion or a statement or a would you rather, if you will, and you guys need to decide between which scenario you'd rather have. So this episode's real decision is, would you rather live without the internet or without air conditioning?
Oh my goodness.
Air conditioning. But
That is the
that's my
question.
answer.
I think air conditioning is my answer too, but I think it's a lot closer than I would have realized.
Yeah.
Because I do love air conditioning, but also in like, I could be making this up, but I think in like Europe, they don't even really have air conditioning. Like, I don't think that's a
I
thing.
have no
They don't have personal HVAC units in their apartments.
Yeah.
Like they legitimately do not.
We're doing so much better
But
than Europe right now.
the craziest part is that in Europe, like they think a heat wave is like 68 degrees.
I know.
That's true, it's colder.
I had a friend who studied abroad, and I just remember him texting me. He's like, dude, people here are complaining that it is 77 degrees. And I'm from Florida, so I'm like, yo,
It's nice.
that is a delicacy, 77 degrees.
They don't get humid in Europe either. Like that just means 77. Like
Yeah.
straight up. I don't even know what that feels like. Like no humidity, 77. That's like in winter when it gets like randomly warm for like a week. You know, that's yeah.
I think the answer is definitely no air conditioning, but you might have to move to a place that's like a little more built for no air conditioning.
I definitely think, personal opinion, I would rather live without air conditioning because there are ways to get around it that are easier than internet.
Yeah.
But playing devil's advocate, I could see someone saying no internet because you could still connect with people via like a landline, because that's not really on internet, so you can still talk to people and get across. My issue with that statement is that internet also is not just for our personal use, but think about if you go to a hospital. Like now you go to a hospital, but you can't be used. That's where I would put this scenario in, is because
Using the internet. I feel like the doctors are using the internet.
but the doctors use the internet to help you. So that in that way, you would be helping to get lived by internet. Indirectly. Indirectly, you're helped by the internet.
Sure, would you rather? So I guess if
That's where the would you rather in my head goes.
Okay, yeah,
Now, you guys can think differently, but that's where I think.
we'll go with that. Yeah.
So personally, I would rather just go without air conditioning because I can find a way to stay cool, whether it's a fan, or maybe a fan counts as air conditioning if I'm counting the internet. I don't, but
say so.
Yeah, no, I don't think I would say
it is where it is. So, but yeah, I think all three of us agree. But if you were to play devil's advocate, that'd be a pretty good argument that
Sure, I'll play
internet goes
Also,
with
just
it.
because I mean, like some days it's hot, and then you get home. That would be brutal if you just
Hotter than
walk in,
hotter?
and then- yeah, I know, hotter than hotter, and it's like there's nothing I can do about this.
Ruins your mood too, and the internet kind of messes up your mood sometimes too.
Yeah.
I just think professionally, like I drop out of college if I didn't have internet. Like, well, I don't know what I would do with a degree. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
if you just work in a warehouse or something.
We
like
go back to
that,
our
like,
hunter-gatherers
You
day.
can't send like an email ever. You know, like that's. I feel like you would lose a lot. I don't want to go into sports media and stuff, but even
Yeah.
if I don't, like.
A lot of jobs would
I
be
can't email my
lost.
boss.
Or a lot of job opportunities, I should say,
Yeah,
because you're the one
100%.
living without it. So a
I don't
lot
know
of job
what else
opportunities
you'd
would
be
be.
able to do. Yeah, so
Yeah, just with how like the world is now, we can't really live without internet.
you
Yeah.
can live without AC.
Yeah. I think the question definitely becomes more interesting if you do take away like fans and stuff. Like
Yeah.
any sort of cooling method, you're just like not allowed to.
You have to be cooled by nature.
Yeah.
Like that's where it
like,
is.
That's the only way.
Ponds, lakes, swimming pools.
Yeah.
Winter, snow.
Do you have working water?
Yeah, working water. Sorry, yeah, showers, but
I
like.
shower like 6 times.
But in that case, do you not have cold water? Do you have to shower with hot water?
I think, or like a shower, you're only limited to like 2-minute showers.
Dude.
Just to like make it interesting.
I would. I know my parents are going to be watching this and they're going to be laughing when you said that statement because I love a long shower, which is not good.
Not good for the
it's-
water bill.
It's so nice. It's so nice. A long hot shower,
Long hot shower is
dude.
good.
It's so nice.
Dude, I use this when I get home. When I'm in my apartment, I'll be quicker. But when I'm at home, I don't pay the water bill at home. So, thank y'all.
Yeah, sorry to our parents, but
Yeah.
I'm the same.
Well, sadly, that is the end of our show. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys stayed around. It was probably like 50 minutes. So a little bit longer than we expected, especially with 3 of us, but I think it was really enjoyable. You got me on that. All right. It was really enjoyable. We had a great time. Hopefully you guys did too. Thank you, Jack, for coming on.
Loved it. Hope to be back.
Absolutely. It was a great debut. I was saying, hopefully we'll see you again. And then, Caden, thank you as always for coming on. We don't really have to
Love you
introduce you
guys
again.
as well. Yeah.
Thank you. Love you guys too. But that'll be all. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, until next time, always remember to be for real.